Welcome to day 2 of Anne's Fall Look Week of Webisodes. You know, Anne is so lucky. She gets to play with all this stuff first.
And this time she got to play with 2 new embossing folders and 5 new colors of shimmer sheets.
Right, those shimmer sheets are from Elizabeth Craft, and we're having so much fun with them. Come play with us. Well, what we have are 2 new embossing folders.
They are lacy border and postcard.
So 2 very different looks. And then we have the new shimmer sheets.
They come in all of these different colors. There's a pink iris, a gold metallic, ruby gemstone, white iris, and a green iris.
And didn't you do that very well?
And each one of these packages comes with 3 sheets. They measure 5" by 12 inches.
Right, and I like the larger size because they're perfect for embossing folders.
Right, they're pretty heavyweight mylar is what they are. So you'll see what they look like when we get into the project.
And then you can see what we can do when you do different things with them.
Right.
But we're going to start with cardstock. So, you know, begin step by step. Do want to tell you that, of course, because these come from hot off the press, there is going to be an idea on the back of the package. And then Anne has taken that one step further.
Right, and so with these embossing folders, you can do really neat techniques with ink, and she's done that. I'm going to borrow that embossing folder that you have over there.
There you go.
And what's great about these is that they are silk screen on one side. So you've got, this side has a silk screen. That tells you this side is up on the design and tells you where you want to put your ink. So I'm going to start with putting the ink on this side.
Right, which is kind of really an interesting thing to do, putting ink on the embossing folder.
Oh gosh, I keep looking at it and thinking, well, we'll see what happens. We'll put it on that side.
Are you not trusting yourself?
One way or the other, it's going to be inked, and we'll see whether it's on the top or on the bottom of this design.
Okay.
Then I'm going to use the pink pastel fluid chalk ink. I'm going to go ahead and ink.
You know, we do say come play with us, so.
Right, so it's okay to play. It's white cardstock, so you do it once. If you don't like it, try it on a different one.
That's right.
Get it all over.
So just tapping it on there.
Right, then I've got white cardstock that's cut to suit here.
You kind of want to move a little quickly because you don't want the ink to dry out.
Right, so I've got the big shot here. I'm going to put that between those cutting platforms and run it through. There we go. I'll just pull that out of here. You want to open it up?
I do. Want to see what happened.
Came up with.
Okay, so on the side with the pink is really light.
It is. I would have liked that to be a lot darker. So you want a nice juicy ink pad. I do think that we did it on the opposite side.
You're right. Okay, so here is, so you did it on the silk screen side.
Correct.
So now you're thinking to do it on the silk screen side.
Right, on the silk screen side. So
it gives you 2 different looks.
It is a different way of doing it. Here, that's just an example of what it can look like one side or the other. And a little more ink, I would have liked to do that a little bit more too, so experiment.
The other thing that you're seeing actually right now is the difference in the flowers, that part of the lace. Right. And I think it's nice to see it both debossed and embossed. And you can see the little bit of the pink, how it's showing there.
They're both unique looks. I do like how she just used part of it. A lot of people will take that embossing folder and figure, well, that's my whole card right there.
Right.
But Anne's going to show us some different ways of just using parts of it.
Very good. And then the inside, she's used the die cuts that go with the unforgettable and the stamp that she used. Now, very, very different look is done on this one. And this is using the metallic gold shimmer sheets. So there's the shimmer sheets. And she has simply run it through the machine, right?
Right. I'd like to show you what that looks like when you do it. Okay. So I've got the machine here. I've got a piece of the gold metallic. And I've got the embossing folder. I'm going to not worry about the pink that's on the one side. I'm just going to go ahead and put that gold metallic mylar. It's pretty thick, as you can see. Put that in your embossing folder. Run that through your machine, through the plate. So there's a particular reason why I'm showing you. So that when you emboss one of these mylar sheets, Anne mentions it's kind of interesting that they kind of curl up a little bit. And I'm going to show you that.
Just how they curl, huh?
That effect. So I run it through, and then you pop it out, and you can see that it's curled. So what she said was she wanted an easy way to attach it after she did that, and there are a couple of different ways. One is with Ultra Tape.
Now, Ultra Tape has the orange liner, and it comes like this in 1/4 inch and 1/2 inch widths. The reason why this one isn't as bright orange is because it's getting down, there's a blue backing. You can kind of see that blue thing. Anyway, these are super, super adhesive. They also come in a Cool Tack, Kooltac is the company who makes these. They also come in sheets, so you can use the 1/4 inch or 1/2 inch, or you can use the full sheets, and that's what Anne used to position them on her card to keep it nice and flat. And look, I absolutely love the different looks that she's getting.
Oh, sure. And plus you're seeing some of those pearl sheets that we talked about yesterday. They, right behind here, you see a little bit here, a little bit matted here on the papers.
And then we've got the Christmas cheer dazzles. And on the inside, oh, how pretty.
Right, so she did it again and just cut it close to the edging there.
How striking that is. So your idea is, and what Anne has done, is you can look at the embossing folder in pieces.
Right.
You don't have to just always in one
Just look at it one way and try to, try turning it, try looking at it a different way.
Or just follow what Anne does. You know, either way is going to work perfectly. But I love seeing it with the gold now. Here is a totally different look.
So that is the white iris that you're seeing, and
there's what the sheet looks like. It kind of has a soft rainbow.
Right. It's got a little bit of a color gradation in it, but it's just so beautiful. The reason it's really popping is because after she embossed it, she took a black StazOn ink pad, because you'll have to use a StazOn or a surfaces if you're going to put ink on the shimmer sheets. You can stamp on them too, as long as you use that. And then she just ran that across the surface like that, and you can see how quickly and easily that just picks it up right on the embossed areas, and it just makes a completely different look.
That is so striking. Right. And here it is all finished. But just with a swipe of an ink pad, what a dramatic change that makes. And isn't that just gorgeous?
Beautiful.
And she has added some of the petaloo flowers.
So you've got those large, beautiful
How easy
blossoms.
is that? I mean, really, a little bit of stamping.
Isn't that beautiful? It's been matted up here, and just cut close to the edge there with that black matting.
And then on the inside, she did some stamping, add more of the
beautiful
flowers. And then, scrapbookers, this too is for you. So you are not left out.
So the same technique in that the top of the embossed shimmer sheet was just inked with black StazOn, but this is using the ruby gemstone.
Right, so here, and this is something I find so amazing, is here's how it looks on the sheet. So you kind of get this kind of streaking, different variegated color in the darker tone. This is the pink, and this is the ruby.
Right, the iris and the gemstone.
Right. But look what happens. And what I love about this is that for scrapbooking, it's still going to be flat.
Right.
And yet it adds the shine that you're going to see through your sheet protector.
Right.
And just with that ink pad, so super easy.
So striking. And this is neat. It's kind of like here you've got this great focal, a sort of an entertainment focal, and you've got these great drapes on both sides of it.
And don't they look happy?
They're beautiful.
So the other thing that she's done is this is on the honeysuckle paper, but she has used the unforgettable stamp.
Isn't that great? And created this lace down at the bottom, all just stamping over and over. You can create that. And then this wildflower border on the bottom.
And then at the top, using the unforgettable moments stamp. It's just perfect at the top. Added the butterflies.
Right. She stamped this also on red paper and cut out the banner and placed it on there.
So gorgeous.
So just beautiful.
Just want you to know that scrapbookers, you are not left out of this by any means. Now we're going to take a little hop and go over to the postcard. And
our postcard embossing folder, and it's just it's great because you've got this open area, so now you've got a chance to do something in there, but you've got these great borders of flowers and that postmark.
And yes, there's an idea. And this really plays off kind of this vintage look that the postcard has,
Right.
but don't be fooled by that because you can do lots. In fact, here is the first one, and I think this is just beautiful.
It is beautiful, and that's done on black cardstock with perfect pearls. And this is the new, I can't remember, the confections
Pastel?
or pastels.
This is
Thank you,
pastel,
the pastels. And so I've got the postcard. Yeah, look at that, first of all. It's
Isn't that just pretty?
all of the different colors mixing and marbling together, and there's some stamping done on there.
But it's easy.
It is easy. Here's the black cardstock. It's been embossed, very hard for you to see, I know, with that postcard embossing folder. So we want that to stand out, and the way to do that is, first of all, the Perfect Pearls, they come with all of these different colors. They come with a couple of paint brushes so that you can move around the powders. They're powdered pigments. They also come with the Perfect Medium, and you can use that to get the ink down for it to stick to. At the moment, I'm going to use a Versamark just because it's easier and it's sort of the same technique. I'm glad that it comes with the Perfect Medium, but I want to do this really quickly. That's why I'm using that. So I'm going to go across.
So you've justified your use of the Versamark.
There you go.
Okay.
So I'm going to go across not just the top, but kind of the whole thing. I can hit the top. I can hit the background. I'm just going to stamp it all over. Right. So I'm going to make sure that it's a nice inky Versamark and stamp all over the whole embossed piece.
I should have given you a craft sheet, shouldn't I?
It's all right. I've got this separate piece of paper just for that. So now, once I've done that, I'm going to move that Versamark piece away. And then I just start putting the different Perfect Pearls on. You want to help me open a couple. Sure. And you want to use all 4 of the colors, and I'm just going to start pouncing them around in different areas.
So this just becomes random.
Yeah.
So you're not really you're duplicating the look, but not the position, perhaps, of each of the colors.
Right, just like that. Grab another color. Just see what happens.
Right. And at this point, it could feel a little unnerving. You know, gosh, is this really going to work?
No, but I can sort of see it already. Yes. Once you start brushing it off, too, it makes a big difference.
And that brushing it off, of course, is going to have the image be appearing, and we can get in closer to see how that is being transformed. There you go. Yeah. And you do want to let them blend exactly as you're doing. That way you're not going to have those spots of color, but you're going to have kind of washes.
Right, and the more you brush it around, the more they do blend. And if you find any kind of wet spots, just add a little more. So that's
what is
the
that?
effect. That one's blush.
That's a nice blending one, as I see as you're doing it.
Kind of an after the fact.
Kind of goes between them. So here is the finish. You scoot your pearls over, and just a beautiful look. And I'll tell you, once you get started with Perfect Pearls, you're going to find lots of uses for them.
Lots of wonderful uses.
So this is what Anne has done on the front. This has become the entire front. She's just matted it and placed it on a paper-covered card, added a bow, and then some stamping. And then on the inside, look what she's done. She's just done the Perfect Pearls on the floral part, cut that off, and what a beautiful corner treatment that gives.
And she also stamped with the Perfect Pearls, so that gold over there, you stamp with the Perfect Medium, and then you pounce it with the gold color, and there you go.
That is just gorgeous, and I'm pretty sure this is using the Smart and Sassy sayings, which is a fun combination with the postcard. You would really, I would never think of putting those two together. Well, it's kind of that
vintage. You know, there's a lot of vintage things out there with those kind of sassy sayings, so I guess.
We'll be friends forever because you know way too much. There we go. So that's quite perfect. Now, for a totally different look, look what happens with the pink iris.
Right.
This is giving us quite a different look than we had with the gemstone.
And that's by sanding it. And actually, I didn't emboss the postcard. I embossed the other one. But real briefly, I want to show you. Once you emboss it, and I'm going to find the raised part here, and you sand it on the iris. There's several different colors of the iris. When you sand the iris, you get a white core like that.
Nice.
So there you go. really pretty simple to do, and you get the white really showing up. So that's one thing. But I want to show you something else that's kind of interesting. I want to make sure that I have, let's see. So here is, I discovered this and I just kind of thought it was really cool once I did it. So I wonder if I get white in the middle of this or silver or whatever. And I started sanding it. And the two sides are different when you start sanding it. But you see how it's kind of dark?
Oh.
But it's not actually dark. It's actually see-through.
Oh, you're kidding me.
On the foil ones, you can see right through it.
Look what you did.
Now, if I were to have sanded on the other side, and you can test it by just scratching it, the sort of gold comes off one side. If I did it on this side, it wouldn't have happened. It would have just cut this scratchy image. It wouldn't go see-through. But on this side, it takes off the gold because the gold is on top.
It actually goes transparent.
And it goes transparent.
Wow. So you can put...
you can put anything else behind it.
I need a piece of black to go under
Right,
it.
you can sort of, here, I'll sand it more while you're...
Yeah, thank you.
There you go. There you go.
Look at that. Oh, gorgeous.
Isn't that great? You can see my fingers back there.
I didn't know you could do that.
Yeah, I didn't either.
Very good. So this has just been sanded, huh?
Right, just sanded.
And then some heat emboss and some stamping right there. And some of the little petaloo. I think these are the Penny Lane flowers, just adding those on top.
This must be some of the new Wow embossing powder.
I think
that matches that teal, just beautiful.
Isn't that fun?
Yeah, that's a great one.
And
that's easy.
Super, super easy. In fact, and then we've got some more of the Wow embossing.
Of the Wow,
powder.
yeah, that's the pink.
Because it is sort of a Wow.
So check, go to the gallery, and the links will show right on the instructions. You have links for everything you need, including those adhesive back papers, etc.
Now talk about a dramatically different look.
Oh, isn't that
Look
great?
at that.
So that also has been sanded. On the gemstone, you get sort of a silver core on the gemstone.
But she removed, as I bring this in, we'll back up just a second. She has cut out this center part, left the flowers and the frame, and has done the sanding, as you said.
Done the sanding, and then she backed it with heat-resistant acetate and stamped on the acetate.
I love how she did the rhinestones.
I do too. That's a really cute look.
I don't think I've ever seen it done like that. Very, very fun. There you go. Take a good look. You're going to want to duplicate that.
And those are that's on the honeysuckle paper, so you're seeing that around the edge, and that great chartreuse color in there. Plus shipping handling.
Yes. You're not old, you're 25 plus shipping and handling. You know, that's a perfect statement.
And she hid that right behind that part of the embossing folder.
Very good. It's more the sassy. Look at this. This is just astounding to me.
And it's really a surprise. So she's just using the bouquet part of that end of the embossing folder.
And the white and the green iris shimmer sheets.
So she did that twice with the green. So she's got two of those. She just cut away along the flowered edge and left the corner intact.
Just left the flower edge on the outside. You can kind of see it that way.
And then,
but these...
she did it again with the white, but she actually cut them even with the fold and the bottom of the card.
Isn't that just
beautiful.
So amazing?
So like I said, you've got to figure out how to use it in different ways. Turn it on end and cut it apart.
Pretty amazing. Now, in with this, she has used the combination of the 8 layered labels in 2 swirls, so this cutting die.
And the greetings and labels stamp set that match it.
That these two coordinate perfectly together. So greetings and labels, and then you can see that.
More of the petaloo flowers, and this I think is the plum vintage tinsel.
And on the inside, just a little bit of stamping, just to keep it pretty simple, but what a great look, and easy to do. Easy to do.
And then something completely different,
Something completely different. Well, we have all of these wonderful shimmer sheets, and I think I buried a couple of them.
The gold one is there too.
Yeah,
so we've got the five different shimmer sheets there.
And Debbie did this, and I thought it was absolutely worth bringing in because
it's just so fun. I agree, and it's done with a different embossing folder.
It is. This is with the woven lattice, which is just a super background.
And she stamped it on several different shimmer sheets and then cut them out individually and pieced them back together.
Embossed all those different colors, then put them together and then inked the tops.
Right, with the stays-on, the black stays-on. Isn't that a neat look?
And the Make-A-Wish is just a perfect. So, you know, this is a great technique. You're going to want to write this one down, because when you've got all those little bits and pieces left, well, I know you're not going to throw them away, but you're going to put them in something and you're going to forget about them. This is the technique to use.
Right, and you can use them for great accents. That shimmer sheet was used here to mat that piece.
Oh, it
there
was.
too,
okay, so shimmer sheets and embossing folders. It's a duo to say.
And tomorrow we'll see what else Anne has for us in your week of Webisodes.
See you then.